Hi guys, John here. Okay, let's talk about Australia. After I left Thailand, I went over to Australia. Now I went to Australia during the low season, which is the winter season. I flew into the Gold Coast first, which was in Surfers Paradise. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I've been to a lot of beaches around the world. It's of course not in South America or Europe, but all of North America, the Caribbean, and all the beaches basically in Asia. And coming from somebody who's from Hawaii, we have beautiful beaches in Hawaii. We have some really clean beaches in Hawaii for sure. But I'm gonna have to give credit to the Australian government. They're in the Gold Coast. When I went to the Gold Coast and I went to Surfers Paradise, I swear I've never seen a cleaner beach anywhere in the world than Surfers Paradise. I asked the bus driver. The bus driver was very nice when he took me from the airport up to Surfers Paradise. It's a beautiful drive, amazing. They have a lot of trees on this particular road here. And I talking about the beach. He goes, "Oh yeah, we have a special machine here in Australia that we actually make that goes up and down the beach that cleans everything on the beach, including a little cigarette butt." I goes, "That's amazing. Do you sell this machine to other countries?" He goes, "No, I don't know why, but we only keep it to ourselves in Australia." So that is why on the Gold Coast, early in the morning, they take the machine going up and down the beach and cleans everything on the beach. So when I was standing on the beach, when I did the video, when I jogged Surfers Paradise, I will swear I didn't see nothing on the beach whatsoever. When I was walking around the town of Surfers Paradise, absolutely clean. The weather was amazing. Even though it was winter, it still felt about 26 Celsius. It was perfect weather. The beach in Surfers Paradise is very, very wide and flat. Perfect for jogging, guys. Perfect for jogging. So I think of all the beaches I've been to on this particular trip, I will give thumbs up, number one, to Surfers Paradise, Gold Coast, Australia, as the nicest, cleanest beach and city that actually goes with that. And so I give it good recommendation for the Australian government to be able to do that. Now, when I went down to Sydney, Australia, that got cold. It was raining down there. It was 16 Celsius in Sydney, Australia. So I didn't like that too much. So a lot of people don't like the rain. I don't like the rain too much also. But Sydney is also a pretty nice place. I stayed in a really nice place in Pendleton. Now, when I did research in Australia, I really didn't know where to stay in Australia. And the hotels are expensive in Australia. Even though I had about a 3.5-star hotel in Australia, I stayed at a boutique hotel called the Huntington. I think it's called the Huntington Boutique Hotel. I was very lucky to find this particular hotel on the internet. It was $100, but it was probably the best hotel in terms of comfort, for sure. Of all the hotels, it's number one for customer service and for comfort. So you can see that hotel on the website. I upload the information. The room was amazing. The bed was super soft. The staff there was very, 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 very polite, very professional. The breakfast buffet was free. Simply beautiful breakfast buffet. It was traditional English buffet at this particular boutique resort that I stayed at the area in Australia. I stayed at a place called Pendleton. Now, when I ask people in Australia, it says, "Oh, you picked a good place, John." Pendleton is actually the safest place in all of Australia to basically stay for a holiday. I was right on the bus line. It was easy for me to go to the Sydney Harbor. It was easy for me to go to Bondi Beach. I was right there online. So if I go back to Sydney, Australia, would I go back there again? Definitely, for sure. I'll go back to the same hotel. It was very comforting there. It had a nice flat screen TV. It had internet there, and the staff was just very, very polite. The bad thing, it was cold. Would I go back during the winter, Sydney, Australia? No. I would definitely go back during the spring or summer for Australia. Going back to the Gold Coast, I asked the bus driver, "What about the summertime here? May, June, July?" He goes, "Oh, it's amazing here. It's so busy here in the Gold Coast and Surfers Paradise. It's really happening. A lot of young kids from Sydney, Australia, or from Melbourne or Brisbane all come down to the Gold Coast and just party really well here." So if you want to go to Surfers Paradise and you're a young guy, you want to have some entertainment, I recommend going during the high season for sure in the summer to the Gold Coast. It's amazing there, they say here. Of course, I went during the low season, but to me it was okay because I just went there for a day and a half. But if I go back to Gold Coast, I'll go high season. If I go to Sydney, I'll go high season because I don't like the cold and the rain. The Opera House, the park, I say the best park that I saw was definitely, I think it was called the Botanic Park, right across the street from the Sydney Opera House. That was an amazing park, guys. I jogged. Unfortunately, it was a little bit raining when I was jogging, but if I go back, I would definitely jog that park again during the summer or the spring. It was a beautiful park. I think spring probably the best because it has so many beautiful flowers there. It's really amazing there. People in Australia were very friendly to me also. So people in Australia were very polite. The bus drivers were very good. I think the bus drivers actually in the Gold Coast were actually a little more politer than Sydney. Maybe because the city life is a little more stressful, but boy, the bus driver, he would look so relaxed. He's talking to me about his wife. He's going to retire in Thailand in 16 months. He just kept rolling on talking to me. He's so polite and helpful. And I'm just a foreigner who came from America. He says, well, we don't see so many Yanks over here now. He goes, why? Because, well, the value of the dollar is not very good. So I understand that. So it's kind of like, I was kind of like maybe a few foreigners from America going to Australia at a particular time. So thumbs up for Australia, but only during spring and the summer for Australia, for sure, for Sydney and the Gold Coast. Gold Coast, definitely for summertime, for sure. And the best beach, I give it thumbs up for Surfers Paradise, guys. I really liked it. Again, hotels a little expensive, guys. About $100 in Australia for Sydney. Same thing with Melbourne. I mean, not Melbourne, but the Gold Coast. So prepare to exchange money. Like if you're coming from from Taiwan to Australia, I think it's okay for the exchange. But for the Americans, we get, like when I gave $100 to the currency exchange in the bank, he only gave me 80 Australian dollars. So I actually lost $20. So I go, oh my gosh. So that's why a lot of Americans don't go out to Australia, because too far and the exchange is not good. But Taiwanese, it's okay, no problem. I think my next trip, I'll go to probably to New Zealand. I had a lot of good positive facts about New Zealand. I didn't get a chance to go to New Zealand this time, but maybe hopefully in the future I'll go to New Zealand. It's a very beautiful place there. So that's right, guys. That is basically my report back on Australia. Talk to you guys later to the next video. Bye-bye.